I love this. And so, when was the last time you did something for the first time?
Last time I did something for the first time.
I love this question.
I had never taken a bus 56 stops to the suburbs before, to Oak Park, Illinois. And it's amazing where you can get on, essentially, it's more than this, but $2.75. It's crazy.
That is kind of crazy in these gasoline times, but 50-something stops?
I love a long commute. I think it's a good place to think about things, plan, especially when you're always going. Like, I could drive, I could speed, I could bike, but I'm still working on the bus, or I get to listen to a podcast or something.
Like the Black Girls Dance podcast?
Like the Black Girls Dance podcast in my AirPods, volume up.
Volume up. Up and stuck. Thank you. Yeah. There were so many songs that just had us in the chokehold during COVID. That was definitely when that one, and I'm Savage.
Yes,
remember?
That's what I was thinking literally when you had us in the chokehold. It was Savage.
Yeah, Savage for sure. And Renegade, that one.
Oh, yes.
My brains were exploded trying to learn that. The long versions.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ooh, and I can learn from video, but
I can't. I had my students, every student I had show me like I had never learned it before. Yeah.
Thanks for your service, students.
Thank you for your service, students. I love the students. Okay, so what was 10-year-old Allie like?
I always say I've had the same size head since I was born.
That's impossible.
So
it's a cute head.
Thank you.
Yes.
Tiny, and I think that was probably when I started to transition away from competitive gymnastics. That was like my entry point into dance.
Competitive gymnastics. So you were like balance beam, aerial, all the things?
Yes, but they had me cross-train and dance for
Sure.
gymnastics, and then it started to conflict a little bit. And that was probably around the time when it started to conflict, and I was like, I have to choose one. And my coach at the time, she was not always kind and nice, so it made it easier for me to choose dance as well.
Interesting.
So I was like, and I remember also that was the time when the reason it conflicted is because I started to train more in ballet technique.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to another studio, and that's when it got to be too much. 2 studios and a gymnastics. It was just a lot for my mom to handle and my small support system.
Yeah, we have to really, when I think about all the sacrifices my mom made, I mean, I know, it's like, that's why I take her on trips for Mother's Day, because I could never repay her of all the things. Like, there's just no way, but I started driving at 15. You can't arrest me now, okay? Because she was like, I can't keep paying people to take you to class and da-da-da. We had a system where I would drive her to work, drive myself to school, drive myself to ballet, pick her up from work, and then we'd come home together. Mm-hmm. And it worked. Like, it was just, I was a good driver.
I was gonna say, that means she trusted you too, to get there and back.
Yeah, that trust. Because as soon as I got my own car.
Different story?
Ooh. It's not my interview. Okay. So
we had a similar system with my mom and driving.
Yeah.
I started driving a little bit before I was able to, I think, even get a learner's permit.
Yeah.
Because of dance. I was like, I gotta get places.
See? These kids now do not want to drive. They're like, they like being chauffeured around. I'm like, see.
Is it the Uber Lyft Chronicles?
I think they just don't want the responsibility, because while they're being driven, they can be on their phone.
I was thinking, yes.
Get off that phone.
Get off.
It's okay. I'm coming up with healthy device hours alternatives, or healthy dance hours maybe, so that if they're gonna be on it, they might as well be closing a tight fifth position.
Okay.
Trying to rotate from the thigh. Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. So
idea. We'll talk about it later.
I love it, because we're gonna segue right into just your dance career. Tell everyone where you continued your higher education.
I received my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance from the Juilliard School in Manhattan. true.
Sure.
Really demanding, really rewarding, really rigorous, but it's nothing but dance for hours on hours, and I love that.
All dance. Yeah, did you ever have a math class?
I never had a math class.
Me neither.
I never had a math. I haven't taken math, so I went to performing arts high school, and so as soon as that pre-cal stuff started coming up, I was like,
I'm out. I'll be at the bar.
yeah. So give me in my elective jazz class.
Ooh, yes.
And then, you know, learning the difference between liberal colleges, conservatories, and universities. I applied for a range of stuff, but I got blessed because there's no, I wouldn't.
What was like your backup school?
My backup school? This is a good question.
You remember?
Because it's interesting getting into academic programs versus dance programs.
Yes.
I know, actually, yes. My plan was to go to Dominican University in San Francisco.
Okay.
Which is attached to Alonzo King Lines.
Correct.
And I had gone to their summer intensive and gotten pre-accepted to their training and BFA program.
Okay.
And I love lines.
I
love
love
San
lines
Francisco.
too.
We're talking about California. I love California.
Yes.
And I was like, this is perfect. I go there, train, and even in a similar vein, I guess I kind of ended up in a little bit of a similar lineage at Hubbard Street, but I love the way they explored and like advanced ballet technique.
Mm-hmm.
That was important for me. So I was like, I'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think I visited the college campus. I didn't have a lot of resources.
Did you know anyone that was in the program or in the company even?
I love lines so much. My first summer intensive in the junior division, I also went to the professional division. So I had spent some time and resources. I was like, I have to invest in this.
So you were there, were you there when Courtney Henry was there?
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
I mean, I've never seen anyone dance the way that she does.
It's magical. I don't know what goes on in her brain.
It's just, I don't know, like an amoeba almost. Very that.
Her instincts are different.
And it's just so aerial with it as well. So tall and long and strong and soft.
I wanted to be in that company.
Like for me, it was like if I saw someone on stage that I wanted to be like, that was the company.
Yes.
Like I would just want to be near her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good way to think, a good mindset. I always try to remind students not only to train, and even the families of creative children to go see shows.
You have to. That's why representation matters so much, because if you don't see yourself on the stage, then how can you see yourself on the stage?
You won't.
You won't.
You won't do it. So go see the shows. And being in Chicago, there's a lot of opportunity.
So much. There's a lot of theater and culture and even Broadway stuff happening here. It's got a happening city, but it's still very sports town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though the teams don't win. Anyway, that's none of our business.
It is. No one told me before I moved here. I was shocked when I moved here that I learned how many dance happenings, art happenings were happening here.
Yeah.
And it's something that I still like. When people are like, "How's Chicago?" I'm like, "Let me tell you about it. There's stuff.
There is stuff. A lot of stuff even shut down during COVID, but there's still stuff. Even within the stuff, though, I still feel that it's not as diverse as the city is.
Right. I agree.
And it just baffles me. I taught a class earlier for a professional company, and there was one black, just the one. And I'm like, is this not 2024?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So
I see that across like student bodies, even showing up to summer intensive, even people like transplants coming in.
yeah,
So it doesn't get diverse. It doesn't represent the demographic of people who live in the city.
correct. I just feel like if I'm choreographing a show or casting a show and there's a slot for 8 dancers, 4 of those dancers gonna be brown, if not chocolate. That's just me.
6.
7 of the 8. No, okay.
All jobs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's really.
And the show is gonna be lit.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be the one.
Everybody gonna be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's how I feel It's been so wonderful teaching for Black Girls Dance.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
I'm teaching in a way, and I know that they're all children, but
Yeah.
they get it. They get
Yeah.
the talk, the look. I think it is inspiring for them. It's definitely inspiring for me too.
They need it so badly.
Yeah, because I've been away and in predominantly white institutions teaching and
Mhm.
performing. Just by attachment to my organization and stuff, but over the past couple of years, it's been really incredible. It means everything to me. Like,
Don't make me cry on this podcast.
it can be kind of draining to go some places, and even teaching is a very generous sharing outward.
It is very
Like,
thankless.
It's given into me right now. So
Well, we're happy to pour, honey. That is a well that will not dry up because we got 200 students, okay, and we always are pushing the boundaries of excellence, and you're a clear example of that. So we're the lucky ones, and I was just so excited, to bring you on board, and because you can tell the students 50 million times, lengthen the back of your knee, right? I try not to say lock your knee or just use the word lock in general at all. But all it takes is for someone to say, pull up your kneecap, and then a eureka moment happens.
Yes.
And you like, you little
yes,
knuckle sandwiches. So it's always about getting the information to them in a different way, from a different body, a different perspective, because you never know when that's gonna click with a certain dancer. And that's what it's about. Like, I don't need to be the one there end all be all, right? I just want to provide.
and you are though. Oh, they're so lucky. They're so lucky.
They are, and they are. That's
It's telling the truth here.
No, all truth. Okay, so you're at Juilliard, you graduate. Lines was definitely, you ended up not going to Dominican, but was Lines still a company that you wanted after you graduated?
I mean, yes, in a dream fantasy. I also stayed connected via other summer intensives like Jacob's Pillow. I remember
Sure.
that summer Lines was coming to the Pillow, and Alonzo King offered to buy me ice cream. Like, he had seen me so much around, and he also thought that I was going to do
I
it.
love him so much.
And I was like, I should have said yes.
You said no.
I said no. I was so
Allie!
nervous. I was like, he can't see me over here slopping and slurping. Like, that's
Allie!
not it. That's not it. That wasn't it. But
You can have an ice cream. Let your hair down.
I know. I was just so stoked to spend any
Talk to
time with
you.
him.
Yeah.
Um,
Jacobs is such a magical place.
Go.
I've never danced that. It's like certain stages, Jacob's Pillow and the Joyce, there's just something there. The ancestors have just blessed the stage.
Yeah. I love that place. I
can't believe you
I
turned
was
down
considering
ice cream.
not continuing dance, or like kind of questioning my place maybe, and then I went to the Pillow, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah, stop playing.
This is it.
Can you imagine that? What would you be doing if you weren't dancing?
Because I'm thinking if I stopped then, what would I be doing? Because I did recently go through a transition where I left Hubbard Street
Okay.
and had to consider what would I be doing if I wasn't doing this. But so I've been in that kind of present feel, but thinking about then, like, what would I have been doing if I stopped dancing at that time? Because I was still in college too. I was like, I have 2 more years to go
figure it out.
Yeah.
Because then if you're at an art school, it's not like you can switch your major
I have no
to.
grades. I have nothing.
You would have to start all over.
Which some people did, and they found out along their journey in college that it wasn't the place for them.
Yeah, I almost changed my major too at Howard. And I was like, I'm just gonna go physical therapy. And then I was like, wait, that's longer school? No thanks.
Yeah. I love dance.
I love dance.
I love dance.
I love dance. I love being in the studio. I love going to see dance. So this brings me, I'm kind of going all around, but what is the highest expression of yourself? Either with or without dance, just you, Allie, the highest. I think I kind of told you in the car, like, for me, it's being able to travel and go see dance at a whim. Like that is, in my mind, I have reached, because of course I'm like this major philanthropic, person. And so going to see dance but anywhere, like getting on a plane and going to Zurich and seeing dance, like on that level, that's my highest version.
This is a good question. Because I think my first answer, I want to see dance kind of like the weird experimental goods, funky town stuff that I want to see dance everywhere I look, like on the baseball field, XYZ. So I think if I could have time to prioritize finding those things, but also making space for those things to happen, then that would make me so happy, because then it would kind of continue to amplify the platform of dance.
Yes.
I think learning dance can teach you so much about how to respect your body and other people. So seeing it in those other places would mean I was in a place that kind of prioritized that, whether going to see it or creating it, and that's really important to me.
You're really delving more into this creating dance journey. Has that always been part of your journey, or are you finding more opportunities in this season of your life for creating?
I think I have been creating and making space for dance to happen all my life.
Okay.
Like creating little dance competitions and hosting little parties like that. Making up dances to my Cheetah Girl CDs.
Come on.
Making my brother do them. And then now he's a professional dancer. He wasn't dancing before that.
Your brother is a professional dancer?
He's my god brother, yeah. He dances in the Midwest at Kaleidoscope.
I love it.
Shout out to Manny. He's excellent.
Hi, Manny.
So I've been kind of making space for dance to happen in ways that are traditional and also maybe more social.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, it's even when I went to college, I found myself always facilitating some sort of like workshop type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Small, 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, paid, unpaid. And it just kept happening, and I was like, I really love this. Not only did I need it, but other people needed it.
100%.
Space to do that, and that's kind of when improvisation came into my life. And I think I started to understand there was options.
Yeah.
There's options on how I wanted things to look, whether it was like an improv session in a studio, or now I'm throwing an event at Soho House and bringing in dancers and artists. And so finding the range in that and the play in that is really interesting to me. I think I'm so obsessed with it. I'm trying to decide how much is
It's
too
so
much.
good to know I'm not the only person
Oh
that
my
is. I know I'm not, but I love when I can just nerd out with someone about dance. I love it too. Let's nerd out.
Highest self. That's a good question. I'm gonna ponder on that.
Yeah, it's something, because it's like you've invested your whole life. So, and it may not be a super fair question to ask because you're still on your trajectory, but
maybe I should.
It's still something to consider, and just kind of keep it over to the side a little bit.
I know where I want to be now.
Okay.
So maybe my answer was a little bit more future forward.
That's fine.
But I know what I want to do like right now.
So
that's my highest self.
That's a very present, appreciative space to be in too, because that we can project and the future, but all we really have is right now. So I love that. I love that.
Thanks for bringing me back.
Here we are, 8701. So Juilliard, you found yourself at Hubbard Street.
Yes.
I wanted to go back though, because I really wanted. I'm such not the improv person.
Okay.
I'm just a different era. I'm a 5, 6, 7, 8 girl. Like I need a catch step and one, and if I have to do improv beyond circles.
You're so good at improvisation.
Say
In
who?
the way improvisation is cross-genre, in the way we hold conversations and the way you talk with people, that's what improvisation is. It's play, it's curiosity, it's finding an answer, it's quitting something, knowing when to walk away. And it's so helpful, and it shows up in all of our life. In comedy, in business, it's there.
It is there, but I think maybe it's just a limited belief that I've had about myself in terms of dance. Because when I see other people doing improv, I'd be like, she taught herself that, earlier. And now she doing, ain't no way she just made that up on the spot like that.
Do you catch yourself like dancing, of course, in the grocery store, at home, or something like that?
In the car all the time.
In the car, that's improvisation, like same thing.
Is it improvisation?
It's a chance to be, there's always the opposite of things, but it's a chance to not be so serious or like planning. You can still find logic and reason in it, but
I do that all the time.
Yeah, it's literally all the time.
So I'm an improv queen?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
She said it, and she went to Juilliard, so she must be right.
I said it, and I went to Juilliard, so I'm right.
So tell us what your next step is.
My next step, currently, I am living out a dream.
We love living out dreams.
Yes, it's all a dream. Sometimes
it is all a dream.
I feel like I actually don't have dreams sleeping currently in the past couple years. I haven't had a lot of dreams sleeping, but when I'm awake, it's constantly things are like happening. Imagination is coming.
That's a beautiful way to live. We're lucky like that.
Yeah.
Blessed. That's a really good place to be in.
I'll be moving back to New York. Doing some living there in the dirty city.
Ooh, I could not. I've never wanted to live in New York. I love to visit, but baby, do not give me a residence.
Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to make a home out of it.
You will.
And do some more full-time company work as I join Kyle Abraham's company, Abraham in Motion. Yes, which for me is so full circle.
That company is top.
So come see some shows, come see us on tour.
I will.
Stay tuned on the internet. I think there's so much. I'm excited because it's a shift in also the type of dance. Maybe I get to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Theatrical productions, work with props, work with just different artists. In a company, you work with the same artists. In fact, for my case, 6 years. So I'm excited to
That's a long time.
Push it.
Yeah.
Figure out how to collaborate with another different set of identities. People.
Yes. Personalities, energy.
And that's just a couple weeks away. It's just a couple weeks away. I've been what I call retirement. I've been in retirement for...
I am in retirement. She is just on a pause.
Just some months or weeks. I don't know how you like to that.
Well, giving your body a chance to recalibrate is important because your body is about to be
to fly through. Yes, momentum down.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. When I left New York to move to Chicago, AIM was the last professional company I worked with in New York when I got to share one of the solos.
Okay. So wait, I'm sorry. He created a solo on you already?
Yes.
Because you met him in New York when you were a student?
I met Kyle in the contemporary program at Jacob's Pillow. He was a choreographer. So they bring it was great. We had Emily Molnar from Ballet BC, Brian Brooks, we had Kyle. And I don't remember which week he was, and at that time I just kind of had the remnants of basic understanding of who and why I would like him. Mm-hmm. But as soon as we got in that room and I heard Lauryn Hill playing, and I was like,
say less.
Yes. Yeah. So that was the first time I met him, and I went back when I was dancing with Hubbard Street and watched the archives at the Pillow, and I saw him on camera. He was like, "What's her name?" And I was like,
oh my God!
So it's been just beyond my 6 years with Hubbard. It's been years of me trying to figure out what my place is in his creative life, artistic life, and he's found space for me there, and I'm finding my way there, and I'll be working still in education, still also obviously in performance, teaching and choreographing, because that's really important to me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get a couple more skills under my belt.
So many skills.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the skills. And then when you have time, come on back to Black Girls Dance and share these skills. Yes.
Get your merch.
Get your merch.
Get your merch.
And so I'm so excited for you because I think something that I was thinking about yesterday, like what can I ask her? It was like something like you said, like you don't dream that much, while you're asleep, but you have the blessing of like living your dream. And I wanted to know, like, you may have already said it, but what was the last time you had one of those, is this my life kind of moments? Is this my life? Well, you think I had one yesterday.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, is this my life? I've been having a series of ones. But yesterday I was in conversation, like via Zoom, with Brene Brown. She's like a thought. I know.
Oh, my little heart. Okay.
And she said my name 3 times.
What?
There was like pages and pages of leaders. It was like a leaders masterclass.
Amazing.
And pages of people on Zoom, 60 countries, all of the things. The chat is on fire. And she said something, and I was like, you are speaking to me. And she was like, Erin, I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking to... I was like, girl, what?
Take it.
And then she said something else, a way that she likes to start all her meetings, something we were talking about, like, give me 2 words. How are you feeling? So she, like, something. Somebody, give me your 2 words. Erin Barnett. I'm like, okay, you're using my first and last name. We're friends now.
Now it's
I'm
there.
about to pull up. Where you? You're in Austin? I can come there.
She's in Austin?
Austin goes between Austin and Houston.
What?
Yes.
Huh.
She's a Texas girl.
Well, there's a couple of us out there.
Listen, I love Texas. I spent my summers at Houston Ballet Academy. Shout out to Lauren Anderson. I love you. As a kid, but I love Houston, but when I'm like, and then she like said my name another time. I was like,
word.
Does any
feel it?
We're friends.
I bet the other people were jealous.
I know. They're like, who's this Erin?
A little jealous.
Don't worry about it.
Amazing. You follow her on Instagram. You better go like her stuff so she can see the name.
Everything. Yeah. I follow her on all the platforms.
Have you read?
I downloaded 3 of the books. Lead First or something last night. I had another book on Audible, but I was literally, after that closed, I just had to close my computer and like down. I'm like, is this my life? Mm-hmm. So that was my last, is this my life moment. I mean, going to Kyle, that probably.
I had one yesterday too, but I don't want to be too much like, I'm not trying to.
No, we're already kindred. It's fine.
It really is. I mean, I'm so grateful. Even in times where like you don't know where or how it's happening or nothing's happening, nothing's going the way you think. There's a lot of gratitude just for what's already happened. That could have been enough.
All you gotta do is look back over your life.
But yesterday, in what could be aha to me could be small, I guess, to others.
No.
Okay.
This is gonna enlighten someone and help someone, so.
I guess it's easy to do dancing and find your like idols and mentors in dancing moments, but to also spend some time just talking to them and sitting across from Jacqueline. I was like, you're kidding me. She's asking me questions about my life. She is also, I'm teaching her things. She's teaching me things.
I love her.
Wow. Like, and then also it was wow for me to get to know her outside of this incredible facility.
Dance. Yeah. Yes.
Just massive take up space. Like, we're just sitting there shoving egg rolls in our mouth.
Love it. I love that.
That was.
Is this my life right now?
That was really kooky to me also because seeing performers, I kind of just, for me, most of my identity has been performance.
Yeah.
I think about my career, a lot of it has been performance. So it was cool to go beyond just like performance.
Yeah.
And dance. And think about, the philosophies of dance, philosophies of teaching and stuff like that, like we love, talk about nerding out.
Just nerding out.
And that was, I guess, I write off some dreams, but wow, if you would have told me I would have been doing that, I would have been like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. I know. Like,
but
yeah, right.
With her baby.
So cute.
It was just so wholesome too. I think sometimes when you imagine meeting like superstars or rock stars in dance, it doesn't always seem like it would be so wholesome or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this was it.
One of those moments.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
I'm hoping it happens again, but like I said, it's already enough.
I'm sure it will.
Already enough.
I'm sure it will.
And even thinking about moving to New York and being able to still have work, interests, and like resources to come back to Chicago.
Of course.
In a place that I really love. I've never been so attached to a place, and I feel attached in a healthy way here to where I can go and like do the work and continue. I almost want to be an ambassador for what's going on here. I'm not even from here, so I gotta,
You are an ambassador. Look at the shirt that you have on.
I know. So that's why I'm like, I gotta represent, gotta go out well, and to me, that's exciting. You don't know really where dance can take you, and passport stamps, so we're good.
Listen, honey, we love a passport stamp. We love having these experiences doing what you love. I mean, that a lot of people don't get to do that or say that. And what really makes me feel a lot of gratitude is for all the dancers that I know that never quite got there. You know what I mean? When I think about that, I'm just like, ooh, just had to pivot and, take up 9-to-5ism or, you know what I mean? All the things, and found joy. I hope and know that some of them still incorporate dance in their lives in one way or another, but just never got that full out on stage with lashes and a lip moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or maybe it was like once, or, you know what I mean? Like just a fleeting. So
that does break my heart.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's something that drives me as a teacher, because they trust us with their lives, their bodies,
100%.
Their thoughts, their hearts, everything when they come in, and just making sure that I can show them that there's space for them, and we want more artists. We want them to fulfill their artistic dreams. So giving them a space to do that is super important. Yeah.
We want them to fulfill their artistic dreams, but we also want them to earn a livable wage. Perfect segue into something that
Let's talk about it.
I'm so passionate about this, and I started doing a couple things, going live last year, or was it? I don't even remember if it was last year or earlier this year, because this year's flown by. But it just grinds my gears that dancers, as much as we put into our careers and our bodies and making this dream happen, that the reward financially is not even close. And that most dancers, unless you are in a ballet company or have a Broadway contract, or I don't know, on a cruise or something where, you can't have another job, you have to have another job. Or two.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
Or the three.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the state of concert dance, and I just want to open up a space to hear how you think about it, what you think about it, and how you see it moving toward financial stability or offer up a dream. We don't know who's gonna watch this, and somebody could be like sitting there and be like, oh, I can do that. Think about it, because we just need to have more of those conversations. And for me, I am less interested in grants and programs that give dancers money to create more art. Hear me out. While that is important, yes, I think it's more important to give dancers money to live. so that they can just be happy existing in the art and in the companies that they already are in, and that they can thrive. I just want dancers to show up to rehearsal so free, so unencumbered, not worried about the bills, and just free.
Because we show up like that on payday. Ooh, it feels
Listen,
good. Get that direct deposit.
You got that direct deposit? That fifth is going to be so tight on today.
Yes.
That passe is going to be so presidential. Just up.
Yeah. I've worked a lot of jobs in support of my dance life for a really long time. I did that in preparation for Juilliard also. College was expensive. While at Juilliard, worked sometimes 5 jobs.
No.
All within reason of some opportunities at school. Like we have really good work studies job.
Sure.
And now
nothing that took you crazy out of dance. Like, were you?
I did some cool stuff. I worked at a smoothie place for like 2 years.
We love that.
And I'm allergic to most fruits, so that was interesting. And then I worked front desk folding towels at a bar method as well, which is like a workout kind of thing.
Okay.
I was the front desk clerk at a library, which I loved. Quiet.
Right.
Amazing.
Very quiet.
I performed in like hospitals and psych wards and centers like that. That had a lot of money in it, okay? That had thousands.
Ooh, come on, untapped resource.
That was it. That was the one I was like, yeah, I'll do this. And you only had to do like 2 of them a semester.
Yeah, because I've never heard of anyone doing that.
But luckily, nothing that took me out of dance. I remember stupid. One of my first ideas where I was like, I need to make some money. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Ooh,
there was no money in there.
The ideas.
Sometimes it's like that too, but there's also what I'm also trying to preach after I've learned is like, you have to ask, and you have to sometimes demand, and it's out there. Because it's going to other people, sometimes it could go right here.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yes. So you have to kind of release that mindset also.
It is a mindset. It is a mindset. And you said that because I was even now, being in leadership, something else that Brene Brown said is that all leaders need a coach. And I am blessed. I have 2 coaches, okay? Because those little sneaky limiting beliefs, you think you are, on the ball, cooking with gasoline, and all it takes is one Mercury in retrograde for you to spin out.
Look, I'm just getting back on track from the last one.
Right.
Yes.
And you will be down a rabbit hole so deep, like, how did I get here? I thought I had worked and journaled past this. So it's a journey, and it requires several tools, several different tools. Like we were saying, some days it's Jesus, some days it's Beyonce. You have to know what you need, and you have to have enough experiences to know that you need different things.
Yes.
So
yes, I think that's something too. Back to options. Life is about knowing your options.
Ooh, and having options. Yes.
That don't mean you gotta be everywhere.
No.
But just knowing what's out there. Critical.
These dancers, what inspires me is that having students and feeling responsible for even giving them a dream of being a dancer. I'm like, yeah, grow up and be a dancer. So you can be poor?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we need to distribute the wealth.
We have to distribute the wealth. And so I got something in the cooker.
Okay.
In the cooker. Because it was keeping me up at night. I just it didn't settle well at all. I'm like, how am I doing this? Like, what are we doing here?
I think we need better policies to ensure
100%.
that the money is also going to get to you on time when you do your work. Because we don't do our work late, we can't perform 2 weeks late, hour late. So what's going on there?
Because the people still want their money right on time.
I'm waiting on a paycheck right now from someone.
Pay up. Ooh, a late coin is so, because then you start to have this angst.
Yes.
And that resistance pushes it away even more.
But I mean, in the deepest of deep of deeps, I also, and we talk about this, you kind of jumped on me from some years back. I also like to operate a little bit beyond money because it can be limiting. And like in church, you got tithes,
Yes.
and time.
The 3
And
T's.
talents.
Yes.
So we got to make sure we're using all of those things.
All of those things. I think the first time I brought you on to teach at one of the Black Girls Dance conferences, you were like, is there compensation? I was like,
You're like, absolutely.
100%.
Well, I'm also, for me, I'm a scholarship kid. So I know, and I'm not trying to make anybody go broke.
Yeah.
For the sake of dance.
No.
Yeah.
But also, I want to always empower my instructors and, people that are out here freelancing to have a rate. And then you can decide if the person is like, my budget is $150 or whatever. Today I wanted to teach this company. They didn't have my rate, and I was like, But then I'm like, yeah, that probably tracks. But I love those dancers so much that I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. But it definitely was my choice. It's not like, but then again, I'm not also out here eating ramen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, sometimes you gotta take the coin no matter what.
Yes.
I think we have to look at ways to diversify our revenue as dance companies. And I don't know why executive and artistic directors
What are the ideas?
don't think about this.
And some people have done it really well, and I think we're afraid because we're artists, we kind of want to be original. We don't want to copy the template. But there's
Copy, ain't nothing.
There's roadmaps and blocks out there for us to.
There is a way. Remember when ABT had licensing and ballet shoes and tap shoes and stuff at Payless?
Yes, there is a way.
That was a brilliant model. I mean, Payless did go bankrupt.
Yeah.
But for a decade and some change, that was a really, really good model. I mean, yes, they leveraged the name ABT. Of course, American Ballet Theater is gonna, garner that kind of respect. But on different levels and within different communities, there has to be ways. I just think that sometimes executive leadership isn't open to hear from young people.
I feel like they're so nervous about how much it's gonna cost, and that kind of thing.
What's the bottom line? That you involve the people that you employ and that we come to a happy medium together and not just fire people because you got your little feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I said it. You ain't gonna come after me.
And it's the wrong priorities about where we're keeping the money, and also.
Ooh, that part.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're still earning 6 figures.
Yes. And I'm like, you have people who have broken bones twice, 3 times, joints, who are in debt over their medical bills.
Oh no, nurse.
And then
They got bone on bone.
Yeah.
Ain't no
and you can't afford to take the bus. Can't afford
See,
to
I just don't even understand a dance company that doesn't have health insurance. Like what? That is. See,
But there's layers to it because a dance company in America, health insurance is a thing. Running a nonprofit is a thing.
yes.
But all of those are also, I mean, there's a supremacy culture in there that we
Yes.
have to get kind of destroyed in order for us to thrive. And I think that's another thing. We also create dance business. I get a little nervous about sometimes because I don't want to take the art and the emotion out of it, but the logic is important for us to have a sustainable industry.
You have to make it make sense.
Yes.
Sense with an S and sense with a C. Like it has to make sense. And we don't have the luxury of, like some of the ballet companies where people will leave millions of dollars in their wills, in their trusts and things like that. So I just think that, of those private millionaires, the money is there. There's no shortage. It's currency. It's all circular and circulating. it just needs to, the circles need to be drawn a little bit outside of what they know. But I mean, I think it's all worth a conversation, and we have to be unafraid to talk about it.
Yes, and we need to empower creativity to get the thing done and to do it.
Get her done.
There's creative solutions. I have so many ideas, but I've taken some to even dance companies where I know they need this money, and I'm like, I'm really trying to do this for you, and you know, I love this kind of work, so yes, it would be cool for me to do, but it's also this like, no, we need to do rehearsal time. No, we need to. I'm like, the dancing is happening. We're getting it done, and also it just takes a little bit of restructure in order. It's gonna be worth it in the long run too.
It's gonna be worth it in the long run. I mean, for professional dance companies, I think one for sure way to sustain is to have a youth program. It's babies being born right now. Wait, don't you hear the wind? Don't you hear it? So, you know, that's one thing. There's just, I mean, we're not gonna do their jobs for them, but we've had conversations, intimate conversations about ways to just fertilize our own backyard, which I will be doing because it's just so important to me. I really, that will be my legacy, is changing and transforming the way that dancers of color become financially stable and secure.
I'm on your side, let's do it.
Period. Is there anything else you want us to know about the all-encompassing Allie? She's a creator. She's such a phenomenal dancer. This woman, I didn't know she was an Aries. So I'm like, you're the most calm Aries I know. She's like, I think I save all that fire for the stage, which is true because baby, when you see her, it is just a ball of fierce.
That means a lot to me because I feel like you never know really how it's looking sometimes.
No. You know.
It's fun out there. It's sort of untouchable. Like
it is untouchable. That's why, you know, and that's why we do it for pennies on the dollar. For that reason.
Because we're gonna keep making this stuff.
Yeah. We're not gonna stop dancing. Never stop dancing. I say this, never stop dancing.
I need to hear it.
Never, ever stop dancing.
I'd be tired.
No. Just do a plie or two.
I'd be tired, but anything you need to know on that note, on the thought of being tired, I'm not done. I have so many ideas. Yes. And I'm really excited to just not necessarily always expand, go beyond my communities, but just be with the people.
Yes. Oh, you're going to be all up in the people with the people.
So yeah, I think this is truly like still it's exciting to be just at the precipice of a lot of stuff.
Yes.
It's exciting working through the gift of abundance, and also it's got to keep my discipline.
One thing that, you know, they beat into us at Garth, which I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to use this platform to talk about that.
Okay.
But discipline is freedom. And I just love that as a philosophy. And it kind of falls in line, too, with when I stay in my lane, there's never any traffic kind of thing. Because if you have the boundaries, you're free within your boundaries. So that discipline, learning how to do all the things and the 10,000 hours in fifth position give you the freedoms to be an entire beast on stage.
Discipline is everything. And it'll keep getting you hired in rooms. It'll keep you when you're not in rooms.
Yep.
Discipline is everything.
It will carry you when you want to give up.
When you have no motivation, yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's doing the things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do it.
I think those are two of my like greatest accomplishments. One, even with people I could have burned bridges with, you know, didn't. It was
You burn a bridge?
Oh no,
Never.
And two, what were we just talking about?
Discipline is freedom.
Discipline, discipline, and being kind. Like
yeah,
that
kindness
is
goes a long way.
helpful.
Yeah.
Especially being with artists, because we are. sensitive, emotional, and spontaneous.
Super hyper emo.
So
Oh
keep
my
that-
God.
Keep that with you.
All right, so we're gonna end with just like some quick little, and we're gonna bookshelf it with rapid fires.
Okay.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
Ballet or modern? Quick!
Both.
You have to choose.
Both.
You-
I don't have to choose.
That's the Aries. Okay. Books or videos?
Ooh. I'll go videos. 2024.
Early mornings or late evenings?
These are harder than I thought. I would work and rock for early mornings, less people to bother me.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset? Is that the same kind of thing? But like just visually, like what do you like more, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
I love the beach.
Me too.
Take me
I'm
to
such
water.
a beach girl. Take me to. Okay.
Oh.
On that note, I think
Okay.
I think we did it.
Thank you.
We did
Did
it.
it. Black Girls Dance podcast.
Black Girls Dance. Hey. We did it. Thank
That
you
was
so
good.
much.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. We're just gonna go get some food. Yes.